Good afternoon. I'm Kamryn and welcome to our Tuesday evening news. These past few months, we've seen lots of construction in and around the Virginia Tech campus, and there is more to come as the construction for the new Blacksburg Transit Multimodal Transit Facility is underway. Here with us to talk about the new facility is Project Manager Gerard Folio. Hi, Gerard. Thank you for joining us today. How are you?
All right. How are you doing this evening?
I'm great. So my first question for you is just how long has this project been in the planning process for, and what do you expect the facility to look like?
So the project planning process has probably been in the pipeline for about 20 years. It was conceived about 20 years ago. It really started picking up some momentum back in 2010, 2012. And here recently, the design was completed late last year, and the project was bid over Christmas break and awarded and breaking ground currently as we speak.
How do you expect this new facility to benefit VT?
So the concept of the project, or the idea or thrust of the project, if you will, is to take all of the transit activity off of the drill field and relocate it to a centralized location and kind of like a offset from the drill field, if you will, or a central location that's accessible off of Price's Fork and West Campus, and where folks can come in, get off a bus, and funnel through up behind Burris to the academic district.
And then why was being LEED certified so important for this project?
So I'm sorry?
When do you expect the facility to be finished and open for use by?
So the project is a 2-year project. It's 24-month duration. Right now, it's currently tracking to be completed in the March-April timeframe of 2023.
Okay, awesome. Well, that is all the questions that I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining us. Next, we had to report by Matt Scopa to learn about the student housing shortage that is taking over Blacksburg.
Blacksburg undergoes major changes to its real estate
Thank you
sector
so much.
as the
I'm sorry I
construction
didn't
of
have.
new apartment complexes and the raising of local rent
That's
progresses.
okay.
As Virginia Tech continues to grow and accept new students, Blacksburg must meet the demand for more high-class housing. Jeffrey Robert, an associate professor of real estate at Virginia Tech, discussed the nature of these developments.
There is a supply and demand issue where there are only about 10,000 beds on the campus itself, dormitory beds. And so that means the private sector needs to produce the rest of the housing stock.
Robert also mentioned how the increase in student population will contribute to the overall growth of Blacksburg.
More faculty, more staff, more of that supporting group. They've got to have property too. So as the school gets bigger, it will make the town bigger.
Junior and retreat resident Quincy Bienkowski examined how the increase in student supply will cause rent to rise.
People have to live somewhere. We all go to school here, so we don't really have a choice. So I think everyone's going to start saying, hey, why would I only charge $500 a month when they're charging $1,000 a month?
Blacksburg must continue to develop residential real estate for the growing demand of housing, but students will suffer from price increases as a result. This has been Matt Scopa from Advanced Multimedia Reporting, signing off.
We decided to do some investigating ourselves to see what Virginia Tech students were saying about affordable housing in Blacksburg. Today we're on campus asking students if they think that Blacksburg off-campus housing is affordable or not.
I think that we have enough housing. Is it affordable? Maybe. I currently live at Fox Ridge, and our rent increased from the previous year, but for my roommate and I, it is still affordable.
I live in Fox Ridge at the moment, and it's around $500 to $550 a month. And I would say that's pretty affordable compared to other off-campus housing at the moment. So there are affordable options depending on how far out you go. So
some people kind of struggle to find a place to live, or struggle to find roommates, especially when they get later in the year. They kind of struggle because every lease is taken up basically at every complex.
And we just look on Zillow, or we have connections through friends who are graduating and are giving up their leases. So
I've known several folks that have had issues with this. I'm in the marching band here at Virginia Tech, and I've known several friends that have had issues and had to reach out, asking, can I live here? Can I live there? And lots of questions fly around.
I think the prices will definitely raise. For example, the hub is definitely really expensive just because it's very, very nice from what I've heard.
Stay tuned. We will be right back after this short commercial break.
Hi, everyone. Al Roker here. As a guy with his own catchphrase, I appreciate that after 75 years, Smokey's only said,
"Only you can prevent wildfires."
but I'm filling in because there's a lot more to report. Like when there are parched or windy conditions out there, you gotta be extra careful with things like burning yard waste. After all, wildfires can start anywhere, even in your neck of the woods. Go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
Welcome back. We have news out of Spain. The official in charge of Spain's pandemic response says a mix of prevention measures and the rollout of vaccines has now kept a recent surge in cases from spiraling out of control. Fernando Simon, who heads the Health Ministry Emergency Coordination Center, says people's movements during the Easter holiday did not lead to a significant surge in cases 2 weeks later. Previously, Spain saw a sharp spike following social gatherings over Christmas. Spain on Monday recorded 21,000 new cases and 121 deaths since the health ministry's last update of data on Friday. 1 out of 5 residents have received at least one shot of the COVID-19 vaccine, and over 7% of the population has been fully vaccinated. Spanish health authorities are conducting a study of the effects of mixing different vaccines, with results expected in 4 weeks. For our next story that hits a little closer to home, nearly 3,000 workers at a Volvo truck plant in Southwest Virginia have gone on strike. The decision of the United Autos workers to strike came after a 30-day contract extension that came and went without a new deal. The union said Saturday it is seeking improvements to wages, job security, and benefits. Plant management said it's surprised and disappointed by the strike decision and doesn't understand why workers aren't staying on the job while the collective bargaining process continues. Volvo says the 1.6 million square foot Dublin plant is the largest manufacturer of Volvo tractor truck trailers in the world. Our final story today brings us news from Louisiana, where the U.S. Coast Guard says the search for crew members who disappeared when a lift boat capsized off Louisiana will be suspended at sunset on Monday. The Coast Guard did not expect to find more survivors from the vessel. The grim news comes days after of searching for the missing workers from the oil industry lift boat Seacor Power, which capsized Tuesday during a fierce storm in the Gulf of South Mexico port. 6 of the workers on the boat were rescued within hours of the wreck. 5 more bodies were found in the water later. 8 remain missing. That's all we have for today. I'm Kamryn and thanks for watching the Tuesday News.